What's up, family? So I wanted to have a conversation. Let's talk real basketball for a second, not just numbers, not just hype. Caden Clark and Aja Wilson are the two names everyone's throwing into this MVP conversation for the upcoming WNBA season. But most people they're giving you surface level takes. Either they say Caitlin's the face of the league, or Aja's too dominant to deny. But here we're gonna go a little bit. We're gonna go deeper, actually, not even a little bit, a lot of bit, and we're breaking it down from an on court performance, impact, basketball IQ, and what really matters to a team over the course of a full season. So buckle up because this isn't a popularity contest. This is basketball, family. And let's start with Aja Wilson, right? People talk about her like she's already had her time and she's the vet that's peaked. Wrong. Aja is in her prime, and what makes her different is how she keeps adding layers to her game. The stat snapshot of last season, she had 27 points per game. She had she had 12 rebounds per game. She had 3 blocks per game, shooting from 51% field goal, 84% free throw, 32% from 3, which used to be a weakness. You know what that is? Efficient dominance. And she's not just scoring, she's protecting the rim. She's rebounding on both sides. And now she's been stretching the floor better than ever, in my opinion. And she's literally became a two-way nightmare. And while people are saying voter fatigue, let's be real. She hasn't even won back-to-back MVPs. She won in 2020, 2022, and 2023. There's no back-to-back here. So this whole fatigue excuse doesn't hold up. If Aja puts up another season like that and leads her team deep again, she deserves MVP votes. Period. Now, what makes her special? It's not just stats, it's intelligence. Aja knows when to switch, how to read rotations, when to kick it out to the shooters. She's not just a physical mismatch. She plays smart and she moves without the ball, seals in transition, and dominates in post spacing. She's not out here needing 25 shots to get her points. Her usage rate is efficient, not greedy. And most importantly, she's anchoring a team that wins, that counts. So then we go to Caitlin Clark now. There's a reason the league shifted the minute she arrived, right? It wasn't just hype. It was what she actually did on the floor. Rookies don't usually step into a franchise and change everything. But Caitlin, she walked in, became the vocal point, the face of the team, and a quarterback of the entire offense. Stat snapshot from rookie season, she had 21 plus points per game. She had 8 points assist point per game. She was the league leader in assists. We know that. And she had 6 rebounds per game. And she had mid 40% range from high 30s from three. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, if you really want to break that down, Kaylin didn't just score. She creates. The ball is in her hands 80% of the time. She's reading defenses in real time. She's managing tempo and she's getting teammates looks they normally don't get. That's called floor generalship and something only elite guards do, right? And what makes her special is basketball IQ, period. She plays the game like a chess match. She uses angles, manipulate defenders with her eyes, Bates help defense, and then drop dimes off the pick and roll and drop like a 10-year vet. And she's not a one trick shooter. Yet her range is elite. But what makes her dangerous is her vision. Her court awareness is top tier, and that's rare for a rookie. Honestly, rare even for vets. And her impact is immediate. The Fever hadn't even been to the playoffs since 2016. Clark walks in, boom, they're a factor again, right? And now here's where the discussion get real. You got one player who dominates through physicality and presence and controlling the paint, Aja, and you got another one who leads by being the brain and motor of her team's entire offense, Caitlin. But let's check out this video, man, what they had to say.
Yeah,
The question for you, and you tell me, and then we're going to run the tape and see if you were right
perfect.
7 months from now in October when all these things are crowned.
Perfect.
I feel like I know where you're going to go with this one. Caitlin Clark will win MVP.
That's a fact. Elle, she was as close to the second best odds to win it last year. And I think after we came out of the All-Star break, she had a couple of games where I think she was sort of like the favorite to win MVP. And this was no disrespect to obviously Asia Wilson or Nafisa Collier, and obviously Wilson, pulled it down the home stretch and got another one. But Caitlin Clark being in that very, very short list of second best odds, third best odds, and I think that's where she actually finished in her rookie season. Yes. New coach,
Okay.
new veteran players. Yes.
To be clear, there was never a time where she was the favorite to win MVP. There was a time after the All-Star break that she made it an interesting conversation because it was a runaway train for Asia Wilson the entire season.
I
Then
disagree.
post All-Star break, I mean, Nafisa Collier is the one that finished second, but it became
Yeah.
more interesting. It's like when, Jokic is the undisputed guy, and then all of a sudden you see a guy like put together a really great half of the year, Shea
Hmm.
Gilgeous-Alexander last year. So then all of a sudden the conversation becomes more interesting. But like they
Yeah.
took the odds down. I mean, it was Asia Wilson's to lose. But I will say a couple of things. Do I expect Asia Wilson to be Asia Wilson again this year? Yes. But I also know there is such a thing as voter fatigue. They don't like giving anybody MVP 3 times in a row. They barely like to do it 2 times in a row, let alone 3 times in a row. I just don't see it simply because of voter fatigue. Like it just
Yeah.
is what it is. I also think that Caitlin was putting it together in such a way last year. They're only going to get better, and now they've got a full off season together. I could
Hmm.
100% see this.
Look, man, like I mentioned, you got two different styles, same value. Aja dominates in the paint. She controls the paint. Caitlin Clark, she leads and orchestrates the entire offense of her team. Different styles, same value. It's like comparing Jokic and Giannis, right? Or in older NBA teams, it's like Magic versus Karl Malone. Two different tools, same outcome, elite performance. And let's keep it real for a second. MVP doesn't just come down to numbers. It comes down to narrative plus stats and the team's success, right? Let's just be real with it. And here's the criteria most voters care about: production, right? Production. Are you stuffing the stat sheet efficiently? Two, wins. Are you helping your team succeed? Three, consistency. Did you carry your team all season? Four, moments. Did you have those wild game voters, those wild games voters remember? Five, impact, right? You got impact. Would your team fall apart without you? Aja checks every box. Caitlin checks every box, but in a different way. And that's what makes this race interesting. So, who has the edge? Right now, it's even. If Aja comes out and the Aces dominate again, she's hard to deny. She's doing MVP work while carrying the expectations of a dynasty. But if Caitlin improves her shooting percentages, leads the Fever into a top playoff spot, and continues to break records, you can't ignore her either. She's got the narrative, the impact, and she's literally the most watched player in the league. And sometimes that matters in voting. So here's what I'll say to wrap this up, family. Let's not reduce this voter fatigue, and let's stop pretending it's about who's more marketable, who has more hype. Let the play decide. Aja Wilson is elite and still getting better. Caitlin Clark is already elite and has room to grow. The league wins either way. But as fans, let's do better than fake narratives and shallow takes. Let's actually watch the game and respect the work for a moment. Stop running into victim Olympics trying to blame voter fatigue and all of that. But drop your thoughts in the comments. Who's your pick for MVP this season and why? And if you're tired of fake basketball takes and want something grounded in actual game knowledge, hit that subscribe button because I got more coming. And let me know if you see Caitlin Clark winning the MVP this upcoming WNBA season. I believe so. I do believe so. And I believe that she should have had it last year. That's just my opinion. But at the end of the day, we already know how Caitlin is. She is the WNBA in my eyes. And she's already legendary with her first year. in the WNBA. And on that note, family, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got some value. Give this video a big thumbs up. It helps crush that YouTube algorithm. It helps out the channel. And on that note, peace.